Your Honor, the government calls Shelby Henderson.
49.
45, Shelby Henderson. Good morning, Mr. Henderson. Take the witness stand. I ask if you can remain standing and raise your right hand. Thank you. Please have a seat.
Your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please state your name.
Shelby Henderson.
Do you ever go by another name?
Muhammad Ali.
And what is the source of that name? How did you go by that name as well?
After I embraced Islam.
Do you also have a nickname?
Sadly, yes.
What was that?
Moo.
M-O-O?
M-U.
Oh, and how old are you?
57 years old.
So that makes you born in what year?
1958, February 25th.
Are you testifying today as part pursuant to a cooperation agreement with the government?
Absolutely.
And as part of that agreement, did you plead guilty to a crime?
Yes.
And what crime did you plead guilty to?
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy to?
To murder. To murder J.R. Hamilton.
Was that conspiracy part of or associated with a group?
Yes, it was.
What was the group?
CMB.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Government Exhibit 69 for identification. And you can look at your screen, Mr. Henderson.
It's going to be the cooperation agreement, I assume.
It is, Your Honor.
3 is no objection to that, so it's in evidence. Go ahead.
No objection.
In fact, what I just showed you is that your cooperation agreement. See if you see your name there at the top?
Yes.
Who was it that you pled guilty to conspiring to murder?
J.R. Hamilton.
Okay, what is the least amount of jail time that can you do for your guilty plea?
0.
And what is the maximum that you can do?
10 years.
And under the agreement, what is it that you've agreed to do?
To cooperate.
What does that mean?
As a witness in a murder trial.
And is there anything in the agreement specifically about the information that you agree to give?
What do you mean?
Well, you have to be truthful with the government?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, that goes without saying.
And if you do what you're supposed to do, what does the government agree to do?
They give me some piece of paper to give to the judge.
What is the effect of that paper?
It shows that I have cooperated fully with the United States government.
Has anyone promised you what your sentence is going to be?
Absolutely not.
And do you know what your sentence is going to be?
Absolutely not.
Who is going to sentence you at the end of the day?
The man to my right-hand side.
Do you know someone named World?
Yes.
Do you know someone named eBay?
Yes.
Do you see either of them in the courtroom?
I see both of them.
Can you point out World, please?
He has no kufi on his head.
Does he have can you?
Identified him.
He has a blue shirt. No kufi on his head. eBay has a white kufi on his head.
Okay, the record will reflect both defendants have been identified.
Have you spent time with both of those men?
Yes, I have.
And was that approximately in 2000 to 2004 or so?
Around about, yes.
Were those men part of a group?
Yes, they was.
What group?
CMB.
Where did you grow up?
New York City.
And did you grow up in foster care and group homes?
Yes. 10 foster homes. 3 group homes.
Did something happen at one of those foster homes?
What are you?
Did you get in trouble for a crime? Did you commit a crime at one of those homes?
Yes.
So what was that?
I murdered somebody.
How old were you?
I think I was 19.
And what were the circumstances of that?
I had been threatened for a while, and it finally came to a boil, and I lost my temper.
Did you go to jail for that?
Yes, I did.
Did you plead guilty to that crime?
Absolutely.
What jail term did you serve?
It's what they called back then a Zip 3.
So that would be 0 to 3 years in jail?
Yes.
How much time did you actually serve?
I think 22 months.
What's the highest level of education that you've attained?
I would say almost completed high school. 4 credits short.
When you were released from your prison term, did you live in one neighborhood more than any others?
I would say Bedford-Stuyvesant.
In fact, you lived a lot of your life in Bedford-Stuyvesant, correct?
Yes.
So when you got out of jail, can you just tell us briefly what types of jobs you held?
I held security. I worked for Pinkerton Security and, after I got out of jail?
Yeah.
Oh, after jail, it was construction.
What did you do for construction?
I became a shop steward. I was a mason tender, local 23 shop steward and a foreman.
And then you got involved in asbestos abatement?
I became a certified asbestos handler and a certified asbestos supervisor.
Together, how long did you do that for? How many years?
About a decade or more.
And while you were doing that, did you commit some crimes?
Yes.
One of those crimes, did you collect welfare while you were working?
Yes. Absolutely I did. When I was working, I was still collecting welfare.
You knew you were not supposed to do that, right?
Absolutely.
And in addition, had you ever committed check fraud?
Absolutely.
And approximately over what period of time did you do that?
I can't remember exactly. That was some years too.
What actually did you do to commit check fraud?
I supplied checks from personal checking accounts to people to use with false ID to go into the department stores and shop as if they were that individual on that check. And I also supplied corporate checks to also have cash.
How did you get them the checks?
I had some people that brought them to me and I gave them some money.
People stole the checks?
They were stolen. Everything was stolen.
And the corporate checks you got? Those were pretty big amounts, right?
Yes. $100,000.
Did you also commit credit card fraud at some point?
Absolutely.
That was sort of later after the check fraud or during the check fraud, but developed later?
Yes.
And what did you do to commit credit card fraud?
I would supply an individual with ID and get him some plastic, as we called it. And they would get the ID to match what was on the card. And as the game advanced, you would put your own name on the plastic.
At some point in connection with fraudulent activity, were you arrested?
Yes. Yes.
Can you explain that to the jury?
That was during the time of, it was called instant credit. You would go in and present a social security number, the plastic, and the entity. And you would try to get a certain amount of money, like $5,000 worth of instant credit in the store. When we did the transactions, this was in Poughkeepsie, and as we were leaving, the police came out on us on that. And I had to plead guilty to possession of stolen property.
Did you serve any jail time?
Yeah.
How much?
About 90 days.
Okay, did you know someone named Country?
Yes.
Did have you an altercation or one or more altercations with him?
Yes. Taz had told me he had some plans to rob me.
Okay.
And so I got a Chinese blackjack, and I bust him on the side of his head. And when he didn't understand that, I pulled out my gun, and he understood then.
Did you shoot him?
No, I did not.
Is that the only confrontation you had with Country?
Yeah. With Country, yeah.
And you mentioned the Taz. He was a friend of yours, is that right?
Yes, I know him.
I'll get to that in a little more detail, but he lived in Bed-Stuy as well?
Yes, he did.
Did you ever have another consultation with or hit anybody else with that blackjack that you had?
Yes, somebody who had robbed a friend of mine.
All right, how about, did you ever have a confrontation with a woman?
Yes.
Can you explain what happened?
I was in the grocery store and she approached me inappropriately. Her chest was out and I rebuffed her. She didn't like that. She came back with a shotgun in a plastic bag. And then I retaliated. I caught her off guard. And then I beat her senseless with her car jack.
Do you know if she survived that beating?
Absolutely. Absolutely, she did.
Did you also Now, you said that you pulled a gun on Country. You carried a gun frequently, is that right?
No, I didn't carry it. I had possession of a gun.
You frequently had possession of guns?
Yes. I owned guns. Yes.
Did you also threaten someone else with a gun at one point? A drug user?
Yes. Yes. That was when I lived on Clifton Place. He was trying to sell me some fraudulent garbage, and he said something foul out of his mouth, and I went upstairs and I put my gun in his face.
Did you get arrested for that?
Yes, I did.
What happened in that case?
The case was dismissed.
But you actually did that, correct?
Oh, yes.
Do you know someone named Abu Bakr Rahim?
Yes, I do.
How did you meet Abu Bakr?
I knew Abu Bakr since I did my time up in the state penitentiary of Elmira.
And when you got out of jail, what was the nature of your contact with Abu Bakr?
We became friends.
And did you have frequent contact with him?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's in evidence as Government Exhibit 15. Who is that?
That's Abu Bakr Abdurrahim.
And did you commit some fraud with Abu Bakr?
Absolutely.
And what kind of fraud did you commit with him?
Paper.
Meaning checks?
Checks. Yes.
And at some point during the course of that, was a man named KC, the initials K and C involved?
Yeah. Yeah. Later on. Yeah.
And at some point, can you explain KC bringing someone to your house?
Into my house?
Someone who was tied up, do you remember that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Can you explain that?
That was somebody that they said they had kidnapped from somewhere from some Armani store, and they was looking for a combination, and I couldn't even describe the individual to you at all.
What happened when they brought this individual into your house?
I opened the door.
And then what happened?
And then they interrogated him.
And then what happened to the person?
They took him back.
You said that you knew Taz. I'll show you Government Exhibit 19, which is in evidence. Who is that?
That's Taz.
Approximately how old was Taz when you met him?
He was young, a young teenage boy. I can't remember his age in particular.
And he's younger than you, correct?
Without a doubt.
Can you describe your relationship with Taz?
We came close over the years. I knew his father. And we came, you know. And then he embraced Islam also, so we got even closer.
What did Taz's father do for a living?
He owned a candy store / game shop / drug spot.
What happened to him?
He was murdered.
Did you witness that killing?
Yes, I did.
Can you explain what happened?
It was at nighttime. I was out of the house. I needed to use the phone, and I noticed when I came out of the house on my block, Patrick Cooke, Taz's father, his car was parked on the corner of my block, Green and Bedford. And so I noticed some things. It looked like a setup, but I wasn't sure, so I just continued to walk down Green Avenue on towards No Strand. And lo and behold, I turn around and I hear some shots, and I see this guy pumping bullets into Taz's father in front of his game room.
What did you see that you thought was a setup?
People was out on the corner. I did see a setup because when Patrick Cooke came out of the house that was on the corner of Green and Bedford, he got into his black Mercedes-Benz. And then I seen an individual dressed in all gray who, at the time, I didn't know who he was, but later on I heard his name was T-Rock. He took off his hat to signal that Patrick Cooke was coming out. He was coming out, and he was going to the game room. And that was the signal for the gunman to get in position.
I'm going to show you Government Exhibit 1009 in evidence. Do you recognize who that is?
That's T-Rock?
Did you tell Taz what you had seen?
Yes, I did.
How much after you saw it did you tell him?
A while. Some years.
Is there a reason you didn't tell him right away?
I was afraid that he may kill somebody or he would be killed.
Do you know what Taz did for a living?
Majority of his life, he made money on the streets.
How so?
Selling drugs.
How do you know that?
Because I knew him. He was a friend of mine. I knew what he was doing.
What types of things did you do when you would spend time with Taz?
Your Honor, if we could just establish a time frame for the murder of the father.
Sure.
All right, go ahead. What time are you talking about?
What year? That would be 1998.
Okay. Thank you.
And can you explain what types of things you would do when you spent time with Taz?
You know, we would go out and eat a lot and talk about different things. I can't, just go to the movies and hang out. Different spots of the city.
And your relationship developed to a point where Taz actually had you live with him at one point. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yes.
Did you ever get involved in drug dealing with Taz?
Only. He left a drug spot on Franklin Avenue, and I took it over for 30 days.
Do you remember about when it was?
I can't remember the year. That's
What type of drug spot was it?
marijuana.
Do you know any other drugs that Taz sold?
Yes. Cocaine.
Did he sell crack too?
Absolutely.
Do you know if Taz knew Abu Bakr?
Yes.
Did you introduce them to each other?
Absolutely.
What was the context of that introduction?
That was religious.
And when they first met, what was Taz doing with himself?
Taz was in the drug game.
Okay, and did you spend time with the three of you together?
Absolutely. Yes.
And did at one point, you and Taz help Abu Bakr with the situation with the stolen car?
Yes.
It was Abu Bakr's car that was stolen, is that right?
Yes, his car was stolen.
What did you do?
We went up and confronted the individual that he had stated had stole it, and he wasn't cooperating, and we whooped his ass.
And are you familiar with something called dealer storage?
Yes.
Did Taz and Abu Bakr work there?
Yes, they did.
Do you know if they were involved in criminal activity related to that?
Stolen cars for sale.
Did you get involved in any of the car thefts on any level?
They brought one to my house.
Did you also do some work with the titles on those? Some cars that were stolen?
Not me individually. That was KC and Abu Bakr.
Did you help with that activity?
As a matter of fact, I referred a person's stuff to Abu Bakr, him and KC.
Did you know someone who you called Zach?
Yes.
I'm going to show you Government Exhibit 16. Do you recognize Zach?
Yes, that's Zach.
Okay, how did you meet Zach?
I met Zach through Taz.
And did you spend time with Taz and Zach?
Yes.
Now, at times did you live in apartments that had been abandoned? I'm talking in 1998 to 2000?
No, not abandoned.
Okay, had you ever lived in an apartment without paying rent?
No, it became that.
Okay, can you explain that, please?
I paid the rent up front. And then the landlord went about their business, so I lived there for rent-free.
How much did you pay the landlord?
$600.
How long did you stay there?
For some years.
Was there ever an issue with copper pipes?
Yes.
So what was that?
A crackhead had stolen them when I was incarcerated.
When were you incarcerated?
That was for the gun I pulled out on the crackhead.
How long did you stay in jail while those charges were pending?
90 days.
What happened as a result of those pipes being stolen?
Well, when I came home, the neighbors told me that this particular individual who I allowed to live across the street, because the houses went together, had robbed the house.
What did you do?
I went and got Taz, and I talked to him, and Taz slapped the teeth out of his mouth.
Was there anything else that happened in connection with copper pipes?
I can't remember offhand.
Did Taz have a problem with his copper pipes too?
In his house?
Yeah?
Yeah, I fixed them.
Okay. Do you recall them ever being stolen?
No, I didn't. Those were not stolen.
Okay. Did you ever transport guns with Taz?
Not with him, but I transported for him.
Okay, and what was the context of that?
He was incarcerated, so he couldn't do it.
Why were you bringing guns, transporting them?
He asked us, me and a young lady, to do it.
Where were they?
They were in Virginia.
And where did he ask you to bring them?
Back to New York.
Did you know someone named Rab?
Yes.
I'm going to show you Government Exhibit 43 in evidence. Do you recognize that person?
Yes.
Who is that?
That's Rab.
Were you involved in credit card fraud with Rab?
Yes.
And did you ever get involved in anything to do with guns with Rab?
One time, I transported a gun for him back to his house.
At some point, did you learn of the nature of the relationship between Rab and CMB members?
What do you mean? Association or something like that?
Well, do you know whether they got along?
He didn't get along with some of them. No, he did not.
Now, just so I don't forget to ask you, you currently are working, correct?
Yes.
And you work in the security field, is that correct?
Yes.
And you work in exchange for getting a place to live, is that right?
Absolutely.
And your work is off the books, is that right?
Yes.
And you do kind of were you described it as a barter?
It's a barter.
And you don't pay taxes on that, right?
No, I do not.
Are you familiar with the place called Lafayette Gardens?
Absolutely, yes.
And how is it that you know Lafayette Gardens?
Well, it was right in the same neighborhood that I lived in for 20 years.
Did Taz have anything to do with Lafayette Gardens?
Yes.
What was that?
He supplied some of the members of CMB.
With what?
Drugs.
Did you know someone named Wise?
I never knew him. I only seen him.
I'm going to show you Government Exhibit 23. Do you recognize who that is?
Yes.
Who is that?
That's Wise.
Did you know anything about the relationship between Taz and Wise?
Business.
What kind of business?
Drugs.
And have you said that Taz was supplying drugs to members of CMB? Did Taz explain to you how he came to do that?
You've got to be more specific than that.
Sure. Did he tell you how he happened to get the connection to supply drugs to?
It was through Wise.
I'm going to show you. Did you meet any people from Lafayette Gardens through Taz?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Government Exhibit 4 in evidence. Do you recognize that person?
Yes.
Who is that?
That's Dwayne Myers.
Does he have a nickname?
Yes, he does. Thor.
And did you meet him in Lafayette Gardens?
Absolutely.
Did you know what Dwayne Myers did for a living?
Drugs.
Okay, he sold drugs for a living?
Yes.
All right. And was Thor a member of a group?
CMB.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Government Exhibit 5 in evidence. Do you recognize that person?
Absolutely.
Who is that?
That's Boo Flair.
How did you meet Boo Flair?
I met him through Taz.
And do you know what Boo Flair did for a living?
He was a member of CMB. He was a drug dealer.
You said you knew eBay. How do you meet eBay?
I meet eBay through Taz also.
Do you know what eBay did for a living?
He was a member of CMB.
Do you know if Thor and Taz had dealings with each other?
Yes.
How so? Like, what did they...
The first time I met Thor, Taz was coming to Lafayette Gardens to supply a member with drugs.
And he was there to supply Thor with drugs, is that right?
Yes.
Did you learn who the leader of CMB was?
Later on, yes.
Objection, Your Honor, unless he gets the source of knowledge.
All right, ask follow-up questions.
Sure, just with you. You did learn who the source or who the leader of CMB was, correct?
Yes.
Who did you learn that from?
Taz.
Now, what happened to Wise?
Wise was murdered.
And when Wise was murdered, where was World?
He was incarcerated.
Were you aware of whether or not Taz and World communicated when World was incarcerated?
Yes, he did.
How do you know that?
Because I've actually spoken to him on the phone. Taz gave me the phone.
Do you know what Taz and World discussed?
No.
Did Taz ever discuss to you his relationship with World before World came home?
Your Honor, this is just...
1 second.
Sorry. This is an objection.
Do you want to discuss the relationship? Is that the question? I want to make sure I understand the question.
Yes.
Can you answer that question?
You have to be more specific.
Pardon?
Can you be more specific?
Be more specific.
Okay.
Your Honor, can I state the objection? It's just plain hearsay.
Well, I don't know if it's hearsay or not. These are apparently conversations between people allegedly in the 801 D2E.
Well, that's the point.
I don't know if it is or not. I haven't heard enough.
Okay.
Let me explain it to you. Sorry, I'm not going to explain it to you. You explain it to me. Taz, you said, was supplying drugs to CMB. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
And did he have... What was World's relationship with Wise?
They are brothers.
And did World have conversations with Taz after Wise's death?
Yes, they had conversations.
Just don't say what it was. Was there a conversation that happened after his death that, you know?
Between World and Taz?
Yes.
Yes, they had conversations.
What was the nature of those conversations?
Were you there at the time?
No, I cannot specific on the details of the conversation.
Okay. All right, next question.
Did you witness any discussions among CMB members concerning the reaction to Wise's murder?
Did I witness the reaction to Wise's murder from CMB? Yeah, they were quite upset.
And did you learn whether or not CMB members intended to do anything?
Again, Your Honor.
You want to know if there are specific conversations that he had with a co-conspirator. You know you can explore that, but I think the question you just posed is too broad. It doesn't allow for me to really make an assessment of that.
Okay.
It's basically a foundation lack, Your Honor.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, did members of CMB, do you know whether or not they discussed the reaction to World's death?
Well, I think the question leaves something to be desired. I mean, if he had any conversations with anybody, or there were conversations between people in his presence, you can explore that. But what you are asking him now, it doesn't really, focus that way.
Okay, I'll come back to it. Thank you. At some point, did you associated with members of CMB, is that right?
Absolutely.
And they told you about things they were doing. Is that correct?
Well, yes. I've heard conversations outright.
And you pled guilty to being an associate of CMB, is that right?
Yes.
And did your association with CMB begin with your association with Taz?
Absolutely.
And as around the time of Wise's death, did you associate with other members of CMB through Taz?
When Wise was murdered?
When Wise was murdered,
Yes.
did you associate with members of CMB?
No, I wasn't associating with them then. It was after he died.
After he died?
Absolutely.
Now, do you know the name Kojak?
Yes.
Do you know what happened to Kojak?
Yes, he was murdered.
Do you know who murdered him?
Objection, Your Honor.
Well, we're through at the time that you observed his murder?
No, I never seen Kojak murdered.
Did anyone ever tell that they murdered Kojak, or this is just something that you surmise?
No one ever told me that they murdered Kojak, but someone did tell me that they witnessed Kojak being murdered.
All right, go ahead. Next question.
Who told you that?
Taz told me that. He was right.
Did Taz tell you why Kojak was murdered?
Again, Your Honor, this is just still not the foundation.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it may well satisfy it. I'll allow the question to be answered.
Well, did the members of CMB that you talked to, was it their practice to update each other on what the status was of their criminal activities?
Objection.
Objection to that.
Were you a member of CMB at that time?
I never was a member of CMB, Your Honor.
A member of CMB?
Say again, Your Honor.
I just asked you if you were a member of CMB.
No, absolutely not, Your Honor.
What was the nature of your relationship at that time with Taz? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah,
Just explain to me first. Were you friends with him? Were you doing any criminal acts together with him, or just someone you knew in the neighborhood?
No, I was definitely with him. I lived with him. Okay. Criminal acts. I did crime, but, what do you mean?
I think if he was not a member of CMB, if he was not engaged in criminal activity, he is not part and parcel of that, it may not qualify as co-conspirator statements. So I'll sustain the objection based upon what I've heard so far.
okay. You pled guilty to being an associate of CMB, correct?
Yes, I knew them.
And Taz gave you his drug spot, is that right?
Right.
Was that before or after Wise was killed?
That's after.
All right. And Taz brought you with him while he did drug errands with Thor, is that correct?
Well, Taz brought me there when he was supplying them.
Okay.
Outright? Yes.
And in addition, you did additional criminal activity with CMB. Do you remember when?
Objection to criminal activity, Judge.
Yeah. Were you an associate of CMB?